Madam Speaker, honorable colleagues, I remain Diri Douye, representing the wonderful people of Yenagoa, Kulukma, Federal Constituency, Bayelsa State. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I come under Order 8, Rule 46. My constituency in Yenagoa, particularly at a place called Calabar, Ayamabele and Akumono communities of Okodia clan is under very serious threats, occasioned by oil spillage, and is reported in Vanguard of yesterday. Therefore, I urge my honorable colleagues to please support this very urgent matter of public importance for our people to have life once again. The House observes.
Honorable Diri, you have to first of all move your motion under a particular order which you have stated. And if you want the motion
as a very urgent matter of public importance, I so move.
There are two legs of the motion. The first is that the motion is urgent and important.
That motion is very important and urgent. I so second.
Number 4.
The second leg of the motion.
Federal Constituency of Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, I move that the relevant rule be suspended and this motion be taken today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The House observes that in response to the Azuzama fire incident motion, the House notes the massive multiple oil spills that have occurred in Calabar, Ayamabele, and Akumoni communities of Okodia clan in Yenagoa local government council area of Bayelsa State. From 12 ruptured points on a pipeline owned and operated by Ajib Oil Company between the 2nd and the 3rd of November 2015. Again notes the long history of chronic incidences of oil spillages in the Niger Delta, and that in other oil-producing jurisdictions of the world, this would have been treated as a national ecological emergency. Further notes that whereas this is not the first time such concerns about spills have been raised on the floor of these hallowed chambers, the Azuzama fire incident being a recent example, the oil companies have treated previous resolutions by this honorable house with disdain and levity. And if this is allowed to continue, the National Assembly may lose respect before the Nigerian public. Also notes that there has been only an average of 10 spills a year across the whole of Europe in the last 30 years. Additionally notes that in the sharp contrast, last year alone, according to Amnesty International and some Nigerian rights groups, including the Environmental Rights Action ERA, there were over 1,000 recorded incidences of oil spill in the Niger Delta, with Royal Dutch Shell and the Italian Eni Nigerian Ajib Oil Company accounting for over 553 of these spills, notwithstanding the gross and underreporting of these incidences of spillage. Worried that this is a high likelihood by the gruesome death of 14 innocent people on the 9th of July 2015 at Azuzwama in southern Ijaw local government area of Bayelsa State, which resulted from an oil spill from another Ajib-owned and operated pipeline, can reoccur if urgent action is not taken now. The House is further worried that not only do these villages result in the wanton waste of lives and property, they also cause severe pollution to our environment and devastate our communities. Also worried that the lives and livelihood of the people of the Niger Delta particularly, and Nigerians in general, has become too cheap and dispensable to the oil companies in their unbridled quest for profit. Observe that the House, in response to the Azuzwama fire incident motion, graciously set up an ad hoc committee to look into the matter, which is similar to this present oil spill. Again, observe that a significant number of these mostly preventable oil spills are caused by run-down equipment and aging technology. Further observes that in stark divergence from that what obtains in other jurisdictions as shown by the penalties amounting to $50 billion $600 incurred by Shell BP in 2010 as a consequence of the Deepwater Horizon disaster in the Gulf of Mexico. The treatment of communities affected by oil spills in the Niger Delta is sadly apathetic and callous. Also observes that rather than own up to their culpability and do the needful, as is usual and convenient, the cause of spills is routinely attributed to illegal oil bunkering or sabotage, and the impacted communities left to their fates. Again, observe that despite numerous promises that these multinational oil operators have made to this honorable House and impacted communities, no useful efforts or progress on tackling oil spills has been made. Concerned that these figures are seriously alarming and that the oil companies have clearly and manifestly lost control of their operations in the Niger Delta. Conclusively concerned that if decisive action is not taken to combat the reckless and criminal conduct of the oil industry and firms structures put in place to have the oil companies comply with international best practices in their operations, the Niger Delta will suffer irreversible environmental catastrophe. The House resolves that the Nigerian oil company should swiftly move to the affected communities and contain the spill to avoid a fire outbreak and do the needed cleanup as we witnessed in the Azuzwama inferno. To undertake joint evaluation of operating practices of oil companies with the House Committees on Environment and Petroleum downstream and upstream. That the oil companies publish monthly updates of oil spills in 5 national dailies and submit copies of same to the House, as well as disclose the existence of potentially dangerous equipment and situations to the public so that communities do not remain ignorant of their operations. That the relevant House committees should investigate the chronic incidences of oil spills and report back to the House within 6 weeks for further legislative action. Finally, urge the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, and the National Oil Spill Detection Response Agency, NOSDRA, to be more proactive in carrying out its supervisory roles in the oil industry to ensure they conform to international best practices. I so move.
Any seconder?